Dude, that'd be fun. Just mail each other books, like a book club.
Oh, yeah, we could.
So I'm about to finish Dharma Bums, and that's the last recommendation
Oh, yeah?
I have off of somebody right now, so I'll be looking for a new one after that.
Cool. Yeah, I'll send you that one. I'm about to finish the Lord of the Rings saga,
Oh, nice.
so I'll have like some more intellectual space freed up.
Yeah, that takes a lot of bandwidth.
It does.
How long is each book in that saga?
About 400 pages.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what book. Is it The Hobbit that's significantly longer? It's one of them.
No, The Hobbit's mad short.
Shit, which one am I thinking? Is it even the same
You can read
series?
The Hobbit in a couple days.
It's one I'm thinking that's like 1,000 pages. The hell book
The
is that?
Silmarillion is really long.
Maybe I'm just, like, I never got super into it as a genre,
Yeah, me either.
so they might have just always felt long, in a way, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I gotta go down that rabbit hole, though, too, because it does seem cool. And I mean, I like worlds like that, you know, when somebody comes up with some entire universe like that. I always liked that about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That blew my mind as like an elementary schooler. It was just like, you can just do this?
I had never read it before. I had a copy on my shelf, and then, like, you know, during quarantine, Kate and I were like, let's watch all the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings movies. And like all the extended cuts, you know?
Yeah.
Which was really fun. And then we just like the degree to which that inspires you to make like Hobbit meals together.
What is a Hobbit meal?
Well, you know, they do like the breakfast and second breakfast and 11sies and tea time. And they talk a lot about like all the different meals that they eat, you know?
Yeah.
And so you imagine that it would be like fresh produce, a lot of carbs, like roasted meats, you know, like, and we make each other what we call Hobbit breakfasts. And which was what we always assumed to be like an egg dish, a sweet bread, some fresh fruit, and like maybe some fried meat of some kind.
That's a good breakfast, though.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Just like little bits of elegance like that are kind of fun. Just add like a little, like a sacred kind of thing, like make a meal just as cool as possible with a lot of personality to it. That's like an underrated thing to do.
Like when she's here and I make breakfast, it's usually like sauteed mushrooms and onions, like stirred into some egg and maybe avocado toast and some berries. Something like that.
Yeah, that's good.
But you're right. Like it's a good excuse to just like go for the elegance a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Because it slows you down, especially for breakfast. I enjoy that because it really slows you down and gets you into that mindset of like, I need to take a breath, kind of take a chill pill before I start the day and enjoy some of this minutia because my day is just going to be accelerating minutia pretty much until I fall asleep.
Exactly.
And it gets you in that right headspace to actually comprehend things as opposed to just being like, oh shit, I'll just stuff a Pop-Tart down here and then start the day. Like I do that too, but I mean, I always love those days when I can just, if I wake up and nobody's home and I can usually put on like Debussy or something and just pretend I'm in Paris and a Renaissance man and have money and stuff. And it's good.
Right.
I really enjoy that.
You know what's wild though? Is like, I don't know if I told you about this, but like on my birthday, Kate's brother is dating one of me and Kate's mutual friends, like a really good friend of ours. He's dating the girl who did all the murals at Woolen Mills. And on my birthday, we had them come over, and it was like the first time we had like shared a meal with somebody outside of just the two of us in so long, and it was incredible. And now, like, I've been watching that that new Zac Efron show that's on Netflix, where like he kind of like is pretending to be Anthony Bourdain a little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah,
and he's
I know
like
that
traveling the world, and it's called Down to Earth, and it's all about environmental sustainability, and which is really, really cool. So I'm watching that, and a lot of the places that they go, like they're preparing food together, like they're watching how it gets prepared, and it's usually prepared communally in some way. And I'm watching that going like, God damn it, I'm so jealous right now.
Yeah.
Like I just want to, I was talking about this with Trevor the other day, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Breaking Bread is the OG." I'm like, yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly what it is. Like there's something, I called it a primal joy. There's a primal joy in sharing food, especially food that like you've prepared together. You know?
Yeah. I mean, there's so much culture crammed into one meal or one element of a meal. There's traditions in there. You can tell so much about somebody's personal touch by just the way that they might prepare something versus the way you can find entirely new. It's a lot like music in a way. Like certain parts of the world just use entirely different combinations of spices and things that we aren't accustomed to here, and that's just cool as hell.
Right.
Like how if you listen to like a random record from a part of the world that you've never heard, and they might have a scale that they pull out that we just don't ever tap into, and it's like, oh my god, like there's no rules. It's just, I don't know. I love that. Even on small scales, like when I've gone to the Midwest and stuff, and there's like the first time I had cheese curds, I was just like, this is insane. I've never had this. It's every ingredient I had, but I was like, this is the best like 2 a.m. food that there has ever been. And how do we not have that here?
Yeah, really.
We're like just 1,000 miles away, 2,000 miles away.
Yeah.
You know, I love that. I love just, especially when someone makes it with you or for you. I would extend that to diners too, because I feel like that's in the same category. But
when I was in college and like we would go away for, like a week or a weekend, over winter break or summer or whatever, just like me and all my friends, we'd like stay in a house somewhere. And this one friend that I had was like, he was very good at preparing food for a lot of people. And we like for the longest time sucked at sharing a kitchen together because we wanted to like take different ideas and they just clashed a lot of the time. But what we landed on eventually was that he would do like the main meal preparation and I would make a sauce from scratch.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and like that's my favorite thing is making sauces from scratch. And I don't do it enough because it takes a long time. But, depending on like the ingredients that you have around, it can be kind of fast. But yeah, that's what I would do a lot of the time is just like make a sauce or like make like an oil based kind of thing,
Yeah.
and just like figure out what's going to go with what his main course is,
Yeah. That's cool. I've never made a sauce. That seems like a really good skill.
Yeah, it's like at the very least, I mean, a quick way to do it is like taking a large fresh tomato and just like dicing it up really, really fine and let it simmer on low heat until it gets really juicy and like a lot of the liquids start coming out of it. And then you can start adding like a little bit of sugar and a little bit of seasoning, and before you know it, it's a sauce.